Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and thank you for joining me for another one of my videos. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you my recommendations for the best books to read in 2020. These are all books that are easy to read and books that in my opinion have very much changed my life. Okay, so I know being a busy mom and being a busy entrepreneur sometimes leaves very little time for reading. And that's okay. Believe me, it's something that I very much can relate with. But I do still feel that reading is such a great way to further your personal development, your personal growth, and business growth. If you're thinking right now, Abby, I'm way too busy, I just don't have time to read, not to worry. That is why I have only included my top 3 choices of books. So I've chosen one that I feel helped me the most for business growth, one that helped me for personal growth, and one that helped me as being a new mom. And also I throw in a bonus book there at the end for small YouTubers like me that want to grow their influence on YouTube and just understand it a little bit better. So if you'd like to see my top 3 book recommendations for 2020, please stick around. Alright, so book number 1, and this is the book that I'm recommending for business growth. And this book is called You Are a Badass: How to Stop Doubting Your Greatness and Start Living an Awesome Life. Alright, this book, y'all, this book changed my life. And I'm not playing here, I really feel like this book changed my life. I've read it so many times and it's one that I'm going to keep recommending over and over again. It's a very popular book, maybe you've heard of it, or and if you haven't heard of it yet, I recommend that you do look into it. It's a great one to read. So I don't know if you are into self-help books like I am, but I have just grown to really love self-help books, especially since becoming a mom. A single mom at that, and also a business owner. They have just helped me get through a lot of things. I'll just read you a few sentences from the publisher's summary about this book so you can get an idea of it, and then you can decide if it's something that you feel you should read. But like I said, I do recommend it, and I'll recommend it for everybody that I know. In this refreshingly blunt how-to guide, Sincero serves up 27 bite-sized chapters full of hilariously inspiring stories, life-changing insights, easy exercises, and the occasional swear word. Sincero takes you on a wild joyride to your own transformation, helping you create the money, relationships, career, and general all-around awesomeness you so desire. And should you be one of those people who dreads getting busted with a self-help book in your hands, fear not. Sincero, a former skeptic herself, delivers the goods, minus the new age cheese, giving even the snarkiest of poo-pooers exactly what they need to get out of their ruts and start kicking some ass. By the end of You Are a Badass, you will understand why you are how you are, how to love what you can't change, how to change what you don't love, and how to start living the kind of life you used to be jealous of. Now, if that doesn't make you want to read this book, I don't know what will, but I will say this book I've read over and over again, or I've listened to over and over again, and it's one that I recommend. And I'm going to link all of the books that I recommend below. I personally listen to them on Audible. That is how I make time to read books. Alright, so book number 2, this is my choice for personal growth, and it's called You Can Be Happy No Matter What. It is by Richard Carlson, and actually this book should have been my number 1 choice. If you had to choose just one book with all of the books I'm recommending to you, I would say read this one first. My takeaway from it is I got to understand that people have different realities, people have different perceptions of things. I may be looking at something this way, but they might be looking at it from a whole nother angle, having to do with their own realities. And once you learn to understand and accept that, your life is going to be so much easier. Trust me on this one. Now, this book helped me get through my pregnancy. It is a book that I would recommend to all of my friends, so people that I know and people I don't know, whether you are a mom, a business owner, whatever, just people in general. Once you can understand this concept, your life is going to be easier. So I'll read you a few sentences from the publisher's summary, and I'll let you decide if this is for you. Most of us believe that our happiness depends on the outside world, and that by solving our problems, improving our relationships, and achieving success, we will find contentment. In You Can Be Happy No Matter What, Dr. Richard Carlson shows that happiness has nothing to do with the forces beyond your control. His simple and practical guide teaches 5 principles: thought, moods, separate realities, feelings, and present moment. Now, I don't know if that made any sense to you, but I'm still gonna say this book is an easy read. It's only like 3 hours of listening if you listen to the audiobook. That's a short, quick trip, road trip somewhere and back. I recommend you read this book, and if you don't understand it the first time, read it again the second time, and once you can grasp what he is talking about in this book, you're gonna look at everything in your life so differently, and how you deal with people and how you handle relationships. So that is a big recommendation for me. So my 3rd book that I'm recommending, and this is my choice for moms, so this is for new moms, current moms, moms to be. I think this is just a great book to read. This book is called Brain Rolls for Baby: How to Raise a Smart and Happy Child from 0 to 5. So a lot of people comment on how happy my son Kai usually is, and how talkative he is, and how sociable he is, even at the very young age of 1. And people say how lucky I am to have him as a child. And while I do feel very lucky and blessed to be his mom, there's one thing I'm gonna let you in on. It is not luck. His development to who he is right now and who he is growing to be is not by accident. It's something that I've been working on since I found out I was pregnant, since he's been in the womb. As a mom or a parent, our children depend on us. As a single parent, you kind of feel that pressure a little bit more, that you want to be able to guide them however you can and provide everything that they need. And it is really our responsibility to guide them and help them in this world that they know nothing about. Now, if you're a mom or a parent and you have some time to devote to reading, this is a good book that I would recommend to you. It helped me out a lot and just understand things that I didn't know. I'm a first-time parent. This book is very helpful. So I'm gonna just read a few sentences from it, and I'll let you decide as well, but it is one of my top 3 books to recommend. What's the single most important thing you can do during pregnancy? What does watching TV do to a child's brain? What's the best way to handle temper tantrums? Scientists know. In Brain Rolls for Baby, the author shares what the latest science says about how to raise smart and happy children from 0 to 5. You will view your children and how you raise them in a whole new light. What you do right now, before pregnancy, during pregnancy, and through the first 5 years will affect your children for the rest of their lives. Brain Rolls for Baby is an indispensable guide. So like I said, this book, I read it a couple times, and you don't have to agree with everything that's in the book, but I think you will take a lot away from it. If you watch any of my other vlogs, if you want to see more of my child, you can see that. You can see he is very happy, very sociable, and I think this book has helped me get him to that point. Alright, so now I'm throwing in a bonus book there if you have some extra time to read. This book is for small YouTubers like me that are wanting to grow their influence here on YouTube and just kind of understand it a little better. It is called YouTube Secrets: The Ultimate Guide for Growing Your Following and Making Money as a Video Influencer. And this book will give you the motivation that you need as a small YouTuber, because I know it can be really hard sometimes just starting out. I'm just now barely starting to see a little bit of growth on my YouTube channel, and it can be kind of disappointing, when you are looking at your numbers and maybe comparing it to someone else. But this book will just show you that you don't really need a large following on YouTube to have influence. You just need to understand the platform and understand your audience, and I think you can do well. YouTube has changed our world, from how we view video to how we connect and market, opening a new entrepreneurial landscape to ambitious individuals. Thousands of people generate 6 to 7 figure annually from online video content, and with the right roadmap, you too can be en route to real influence and income. In YouTube Secrets, online video experts Sean Cannell and Benji Travis draw on a decade of experience, as well as interviews with more than 100 top creators, to give you a step-by-step YouTube success playbook. You will learn the 7 essential ingredients for a profitable channel, new strategies for getting views and subscribers, 10 ways to make money on YouTube, and much more. Whether you're a beginner or a veteran, this book will show you how to use YouTube to build a following, create a lucrative business, and make a massive impact in people's lives. So now those are my top 3 books for mompreneurs, entrepreneurs, and small YouTubers. And these are all books that I've read myself. I've read each of them at least twice. Some I've read way more than that. Like I said, I've been able to do that with listening to the audiobook. So that is just a solution for you if you don't have time to actually sit down and read. If you have children that are not going to allow you to do that and you don't have the free time, I would recommend audiobooks. And I think Audible has a thing where it's like the first 30 days are free, and after that I think it's like maybe $14 or $15 a month. Every month you get a credit that can get you a new book, and you can stop it whenever you want. So like I said, I've gone ahead and linked all of the books below so you can take a look at them and see if they're right for you. Now, so if you'd like to join my internet family and just see more content from me, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any uploads from me. I post videos every week on motherhood, entrepreneurship, or solopreneurship, and I also just share my journey as a single mother and a solopreneur, or a mompreneur as I like to call it. So I hope that you do stick around, and thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you next time. Bye. So like I said, I've linked all the information for the books below so you can go ahead and